Hello everyone, my name is Sark and welcome back to another scale figure review. It's been a while, but I wanted to bring it back with a beauty right here with MARIAN from Nikke. I gotta say, I'm very excited about this figure because a lot of people said that she didn't look that good, and I gotta say, are you guys high? Because seriously, like, she looks fantastic. I got this over a month ago. It released a long time ago at this point, but it's just been sitting in my room without being open. And right now, with Nikke being a major talking point, I wanted to get her out and see how she looks. Alright, so here we have the 1/4 scale MARIAN figure. And I gotta say, look at how beautiful she looks, man. This is already a 2 for 2 in terms of freeing making Nikke figures. My god, have they just nailed the designs and just the sculpt alone and the heft and curvature to these figures. Dude, look at those fucking hips. God damn! I've never seen such white hips on a 1/4 scale figure so far. Oh my goodness gracious. I love all the Nikke characters. I love all the designs, besides the lollies, by the way. I'm not a lolicon. I love all of them, and this is just another one that they knocked right out of the park. Because god damn, is it good looking. Now, going over into the 3 categories that I have for these figures. Starting off with accuracy. This figure already looks like MARIAN from Nikke, and I have the picture to reference right in front of me as well. And I gotta say, they definitely nailed this figure. They definitely had a lot of the Nikke people working alongside freeing, because my god, is this figure perfect in every single way. It depicts the character fantastically. Now, the only thing that I do think they could have done better is the tights. I think the tights might be a little bit different as compared to what they actually show in the game itself. But it makes sense. They didn't want to do like cloth tights in this one, just for it to look a lot smoother, and I think they did a really good job nonetheless, especially with the squish of the belts over here, and just the amount of detail in terms of the shading and everything. My god, they really outdid themselves. The shading is probably the most immaculate part about this figure, so accuracy, it's perfect. Although I do think that the feet are slightly big, but it also does make sense. We do need like big feet for a figure this big in it as a whole. So even the coat on the back is fantastic as well. So yeah. Now, I'm gonna do this a little bit different. Just gonna kind of go through this real quick. In terms of quality, this figure is sturdy enough. I do think that the base is a tad bit too big, but I think it actually helps it just with sustaining the weight of the figure. We do have a giant barrel of a gun on the back, so it makes the most sense. I am a little bit scared about a couple of things though. So mainly, again, the gun right here, it is held in 3 points. There's 1 point right here at the back of the figure. There's another point right here at the front of the figure where the hand is holding it, and another point where there's a little bit of a attachment that you attach to the ass of MARIAN, and also the actual gun itself. Now, I don't think it's going to be much of an issue because the middle segment does do most of the holding, which makes the most sense. But besides that, this figure is sturdy as all hell. It is a little bit concerning as to how much it wobbles by just moving it, but that's pretty much every single freeing figure. It is fantastic nonetheless because, my goodness, is it good. I am really excited about this figure, as you guys might have already noticed. But also, the paint apps for this figure are immaculate. The differences in the colorations are also perfect. The shading is probably one of the best things about this figure as well. And I am very, very happy that they were able to capture it. In like, the Nikke style was able to be captured here. And even with Anise being the first one that was released, this one is also good in terms of how it looks. The paint application is perfect. The paint quality is perfect. There is like no issues whatsoever, and I am all in for it. Even the tights are very well shaded, and even the shoes have shading as well. So there is not a single section that does not have shading, because it actually does look that they went above and beyond for this figure. And it makes sense. People do want these figures to be as accurate as they can be. So it's completely understandable. And I will say the way that this figure curves, like look at that, like going this way with the hips, going inward and then outward again. God damn, I kind of wish we didn't have the giant coat right here. Although that is one thing that I kind of wish they changed. They probably could have made it into a clothed version for this figure, but it is definitely for special occasions in terms of how the clothing and cloth can be done for these figures. Now, value. This figure is expensive. It's a 1/4 scale figure, so it is bound to be expensive. Even if you import it, it's going to be around the same price, maybe like a couple tens of dollars less than if you buy it imported. Although right now, with how much imports are being charged through tariffs and everything, you might have a harder time importing bigger packages like this into the US if you are living here in the US. I paid like around $360 for this figure. I do think that's a little bit too high though in terms of the price. The value, it's not so much there, at least for what I paid for. So I do think that you could definitely get this figure for cheaper, but even if you get it at retail price, which right now is $325 over on the Good Smile website, which is where you should be getting it if you wanted to get a figure, and won't change in price right now in terms of the tariffs, because they already have it in the actual warehouses, then you're perfectly fine getting this. They just restocked them too, so as of the time of recording this, it is widely available for you to get, so you should get it right now if you are definitely interested. So, with that said, leading into my final thoughts, this is a perfect figure. I don't think there's any issues with it whatsoever. People said that the face was botched. I don't think so. It actually does look like MARIAN, especially from face front angle, because a lot of times we see her, it's from a side angle a lot of times, like kind of like a 3/4 view. So it's not going to give us the perfect viewing experience, but this one actually does. So as a score, I'm going to give this figure, would you look at that, a perfect 10 out of 10. Yes, the price is a bit too high, but for a 1/4 scale figure, this one goes above and beyond in terms of what it's doing, in terms of the heft, the paint apps, and everything else. The quality is just there. The accuracy is there, and the value can be argued, but I actually think that if you are a fan of Nikke like myself, this is a much more worth figure as of this moment. But that's pretty much all the time I have for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think about this figure. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're playing Nikke, let me know as well, because I would love to know what you're playing right now. But besides that, I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.